are going to learn how to draw simple objects from around your house using contour lines. Now remember, contour lines are just the outline of an object. You can always add more details if you want to, but we're going to watch a little demonstration of me drawing some stuff, but then you guys can look around your house, see what you've got, and make some of your own drawings. Let's get started. So as I said, we are going to start learning how to draw objects using contour lines. Remember, a contour line is the outline of an object or a shape. So what I did was I went around the house and I just collected a few objects that I thought would work well for today's assignment. A couple of pieces of fruit, a key, a couple of pieces of candy. You also need a piece of paper and you need a pencil. And that's all you need. You can find any objects around your house. You just want to find something that's not too complicated and probably not too simple either, although you really can determine the range for what you'd like to work with. You might want to try some that are real easy and some that are real hard and challenge yourself. So I am going to do just one at a time for today. Next week we're going to put some objects together and make a still life. So I am going to start with this shape today. This is a cough drop. And when we look at it, there's a couple of things that we can do to help us to draw. One of the things we can do is look at the shapes and the lines that we see. We remember the 5 different types of lines: vertical, horizontal, diagonal, zigzag, and curvy. This has quite a few of those lines in it. We also can think about the shapes that we know, the basic geometric shapes, and the organic shapes, where the shapes that don't have any name. So what I can do to start drawing this is look at simply those lines and those shapes. Right there in the middle, we have an oval shape. So I might just start by drawing an oval shape. Also, I can think about it as starting with curvy lines and going all the way around with curvy lines. But see how it's a little narrower this way than this way. So there is my center of this shape. Now I'm drawing it kind of dark so you guys can see it. You guys should definitely draw lightly. Make sure you're using a pencil and make sure you have an eraser so you can erase things if you want to. Now for the shapes and the lines coming out from the sides over here, we see how they're kind of diagonal and then curvy, going off on each direction. And we want to also look at about where the shapes compare to each other. So the tops of this is pretty close to the same heights as the main shape in the middle, maybe a little bit bigger. Starts in the middle there, and I'm just going to do a diagonal at the top, a diagonal at the bottom, and a curvy shape connecting them. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, diagonal, diagonal, and a curvy shape connecting them. And when I'm done with the basic contour, now you can go in and you can add some shadow if you'd like to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. So the shadow would probably be down at the bottom over there. So I can just use the pencil and just gently sketch in a little bit of a shadow just to make it look like this is sitting on top of the table like it is, like a still life, and not floating somewhere. So you guys can make as big or as little of a shadow as you'd like. I'm going to do one more shape. One more object for you. Let's do a strawberry. So you can think about which way you want to hold it, which way you're more comfortable drawing it, and then look at the lines and the shapes. So when we look at the shape of the strawberry, it's kind of like a heart. So that's one way you could do it, or you could just think about the curved lines connecting on the sides and almost a horizontal at the top over there. So I'm going to look at it that way. I'm going to start with that horizontal. I'm just going to do it right up over here. And then sort of have that heart bottom. And it doesn't need to look exactly like the strawberry, but we want to kind of look like a strawberry. So there's my bottom. See how that's like a heart? If you want to start it as a heart and erase that line in the middle there, that can work also. So that's why we want to draw lightly as we're doing this. Then I want to put some of the greenery on top of there, and you don't have to make it exactly like the ones are there, but you want to get the idea of the strawberry with the green at the top of it. So I'm just adding some curvy kind of lines that look like leaves on the top. And now I can go in and I can add some polka dots or dots, and it really helps to make it look like a strawberry. If you guys want to add color to this, you can add color to it, or you can just stick with the pencil contour lines. Again, I might want to do a little bit of shadow at the bottom. Looks like my strawberry is kind of standing on its tip there, which really wouldn't happen, but that's okay. You could always draw, think about which way you want to draw your objects.
And there we go. There's 2 objects. I used the contour line for it. You guys try and do at least 2. You can do as many as you want, though, if you're having fun with it and you want to keep going. It's okay if you make some beautiful oopses. You can always go with it or use your eraser. Remember, draw lightly so you can make some changes. If you can just let me know when you're done, and if you guys can take a picture and send me a picture, I would love it. So have lots of fun, and I will see you next week. Bye.